Hello lovely people, Edith Beekes is here from Rise Energy CEO UK. How you do one thing, you do how you do everything. So what this sentence means, I encourage you to looking at your life like a daily basis from morning till evening and see how you do the common things in your life. For example, when you wake up, are you cheerful? Are you lazy? Are you motivated? Are you grumpy? And how actually you do you make your bed or you leave it as it is? Do you tidy up after you cook or make your breakfast, or you are just rushing? Do you already have you already prepared your clothes for that day, or you just doing it like in the minute when you go? How you actually if you put on some makeup or not, how you make your hair, how you dress. And then also during the day you actually watch yourself, how you speak to people, and if it's the way how you would love to be treated, like to the different ways. So just watch yourself when you speak to people, like is it the way you want to be treated? And then also you can write them also down. You can write some comments that I was doing this and this way, and I was doing that and that way. And then examining your day and your habits, how you actually going through the day, and how you actually achieving your day-to-day goals, like just the step by step, how you actually approaching towards your daily task, and then how you eat, what you eat. Just put it down, write it down in the evening or during the day as well, and then just put some comments what was happening in your day and how you actually did it. And then I'm sure you're gonna find some things which you would change, which you would think like, might it could have been better if I do it this way, or yeah, I probably need to drink less coffee, or oh, I shouldn't have rushed with that sandwich, I should have eaten something more healthy, or maybe I should have dressed up better because I had this interview. Or might you think like, for example, I did not tidy my bed because I had no time, so might I should wake up earlier a bit. So, and just to realizing how you do things in your life, and then you watch your results in your life, the bigger picture, like where are you currently in your situation, why you are maybe feeling stuck, or why you are not approaching your goals as you wish. And then just put it together, these two information, like the bigger picture and the daily activities, and you're gonna see that actually if you would put some more tidiness or some more effort in your daily small routines or small things what you do, then it's gonna have a bigger effect on your whole improvements, your whole performance in your life. And it's came to me this this idea to talk about, actually because I experienced some I wouldn't say issues. I just had the time. I just had the time to actually talk to people. I had the time to actually interact with people in a certain business, and I just realized how different all of us are, and how differently we handle situations and we handle relationships. And this was came into my mind, that how this person is able to do this and that if they actually approaching a certain business relationship or a certain situation this way, because it seemed so lacking in integrity or lacking in trustworthiness, you know. And then I just couldn't imagine that how they can actually be trustworthy, or feel, or to be how can I say, yeah, how could you actually trust in this kind of people? How could they actually behave in a certain relationships, or how could they actually handle situations in a relationship, in a personal relationship, or also how they can actually plan their career path or their future if they were unable to show up in a way how they should have been showed up for that business or for that situation. So this is how I was actually examining these people and the situations, and came into my mind that this need more reflection, need more conscious results from yourself, like to find out why I am doing certain things the way I'm doing, and should I change things to be more effective, because that is, so when someone is coming up to you and offer you something, and then you have a certain period of time to actually say no or yes, but you don't do that, you just disappear. That's what kind of behavior is that, right? And how can you trust in this person anyway in another business, or that person, how that person actually able to handle other things when they don't have the integrity to come back to you and actually answer yes or no. So this is lacking in willpower, lacking in self-esteem, and lacking in and having fear and anxiety and fear of the future, or having how can I say, like not enough intuition to proceed on a matter. So many times when I'm on a mentorship, or when I'm under like coaches, they always say that you need to decide now. You need to be a good decisioner. So that's very, very important in the business. You need to decide on things at that moment when it's questioned or it's offered to you, when you have all the information obviously and all the question answered. You need to know yes or no, because it has to be in you. You have an intuition, you have a plan, you have figured out the things. So you need to have a good decision making actually habit. And how you can actually improve this is you need to be more fearless, and looking at the future more brightly, like optimistically. Then you are able to make more positive, more able to make faster the decisions, when you trust your intuitions, when you trust your positive view on things. Because you create your reality. When you trust something gonna work out, if you believe it's gonna work out, and you trust something is gonna work out, and you decide yes, then you're gonna work towards it to actually make it happen. If you have the feeling that is not your way of doing, or is not you are not aligned with this, then you say no. So the hesitation is one of the habit which many people has, and is ruining their success, or they feel stuck because of that. My question is, what does it mean living on your own terms? And regarding that, entrepreneurs are made or born. So many people would say they were born because they had that temperament, they had that kind of blood temperature, like the willpower. They were already entrepreneurial since childhood. They were like they felt like fearless, and they grew up maybe from they even inherited this kind of entrepreneurship. So let me clear this. So yes, there are some group of people who already actually carried certain traits in their DNA. They inherited this from the family. They even grew up with parents who were entrepreneurs already, so they looked what they're doing. They actually grew up with those kind of behaviors, those kind of belief system, those kind of habits, what makes an entrepreneur successful. So following those habits and belief system made them also prepared to be successful as an entrepreneur. But on the other hand, when you have a big why, and then you have enough willpower, or you develop a willpower because of your why, and then you actually start to learn new habits, you rewrite your habits, you rewrite your belief system, because you start to learn from books like self-development books, you listening podcasts, self-development podcasts, you actually practicing rewriting your story, you having a vision board, you actually learning new skills. So you preparing yourself, you actually grinding yourself to be working hard to become an entrepreneur. That's the other kind of entrepreneur. So you can even come from a family where they were employees, and then your parents were employees, everybody was employees, all the way back to your grandparents and before. But you can change this kind of behave, you can change this kind of belief system, these habits, although it makes much more effort, much harder work than people who were inherited it and brought up that way. That's definitely truth. But the why is gives you the power to do that. So here comes the living on your own terms. So the entrepreneur is a good example how to live on your own terms. When you are an employee, you are controlled completely. You working in a certain time period. You also might doing over hours, overwork without payment. They accept you to be always prepared. You stressing yourself towards deadlines. You actually having having colleagues what you did not choose, you know. And then, like in your entrepreneur journey, you build up your community yourself, you build up your company yourself. You're actually choosing your own group of people you want to work with as a shareholder or as your own employees. So, and then the other thing, you can choose your time, how you spend your time. You can work at the weekend if you wish for, and you don't work on Monday or Tuesday if you don't want to work on Monday or Tuesday, or you can take your holiday whenever you want. So living on your own terms, it needs courage. You need to be fearless. You need to see your vision. You need to be intuitive. You need to have an open heart. You need to also be empowered and have a high self-esteem, and then also to have good relationship with people, to be always positive and encouraging, and have that big heart towards other people to understand their needs, and then actually preparing your services or your products towards their needs as an entrepreneur. So to be an entrepreneur, you need to actually elevate also, how can I say, your frequency. So you need to raise your vibration to become that person who's able to overcome fears, who's able to overcome limiting beliefs, who's able to overcome blockings or how can I say, feeling stuck or blockages from the environment. Because many times when the entrepreneur become an entrepreneur, then you need to you realize that your friends or old friends or family first might don't support you, so you need to overcome that. Might you losing relationships. So this is to understand that it needs more kinds of support inside of you. It needs a huge self-development inside of you to actually accept this kind of new circumstances. And then obviously at the beginning is never everything is sure. You can fail, you can actually but this is learning. So this is a learning, you continually learning in your life. But here is when you're an entrepreneur, there are more risk involved, of course, but there is much bigger the win at the end, because you live on your own terms and you have no cap in your income, and then you can actually plan your own life and live your own life on your own terms. I would like to help you to actually overcome your anxiety. What is anxiety? When are you get anxious? Probably when you experience something new, when you actually have to get out of your comfort zone, many times when you changing your situation, but most of the time you choose that what is going on in your life. You choose what is happening. You choose that situation, that job interview, that circumstances. You're going for a new date, or you're moving out of your house, or so these kind of situations can bring you anxiety. But at the same time, when you looking at the situation, this is just your reaction for the situation. You can react in a different way. If you turn anxiety into excitement because of new things is coming, because you can meet with that guy on the date, because you're moving to a new place, because finally you can speak in front of many people which you were dreamed of. So all of these things you already chose, and then because of that, this is a step forward your dreams. This is a step forward what you wished for, what you attracted into your life. So you should be excited about it, right? So when actually you get to the point that you are anxious, then just think about that. you are actually not anxious, you are excited what is going to happen in your life, because in that moment your vibration is not going down, it's actually raising up. Because when you start to feeling anxious and then your vibration is going down, it's gonna make even stress into your life. If you have many these kind of situations, then you actually, your life going to be stressful, and then at the end you can be even depressed if you allow yourself to go down and then experiencing low vibration feelings, emotions, and even causing emotional trauma for yourself. But at the point, if you choose to be excited about what's going on and choose to see it positively, that this is what I was waiting for, this is what I wished in my life, and this is what I wanted to experience, then your vibration is rising, and obviously you're gonna start to attract more positive things into your life, positive people, positive opportunities. So it's actually very much recommended to swap it around from anxiety into excitement, to experience a much better future for yourself. So just imagine it, that you are there to actually go in front of many people, to speak in front of them in a stage. Then just think about it. Oh, I'm so excited, finally I'm here, and this situation is gonna change my life for a better. And then also maybe you are anxious about meeting with someone new, then again you are excited to start a new life with someone maybe, or to have some new experiences. And also if you move to a new place, of course it's out of your comfort zone, because it's gonna be everything new, but you chose this situation most of the time, and then this is what is gonna bring you new opportunities and gonna bring you positive things into your life. So always swap it to the positive situation, because then you don't go down into your rabbit hole, and then you don't causing even more issues. I know you need to be conscious, you need to be mindful about this, but this is how we should live, mindfully and consciously, because that's how we can create a better future for ourselves, not always being controlled by our subconscious mind, our belief system, our habits. Because when you're anxious and you are scared of something, that's always your belief system which is telling you like, oh, is it like negative feeling, because they gonna judge me, they gonna criticize me, this gonna happen, that gonna happen, and he doesn't like me. So all of these things is in your belief system, is you are scared, you don't want to go out of your comfort zone, and then you actually pulling back yourself to the same position where you are. But then you're not going to change your life, and then you're not going to experience better things, because there is always better out there. Like even you think you are in a good position, there is always something better out there, which is elevating you and bringing you more opportunities in your life to actually feel fulfilled and happier and more joyful, because that's actually what we want, be more joyful and happy in our life. And then there are certain things we want to reach, our dreams, to actually feeling happy and fulfilled. How to clean your aura, and why is it important to take care of your aura? We talked about before that everything is energy, and we have an energy body besides our physical body, what we can't see with our naked eye, I mean most of us. And this energy body, a part of this energy body is not only our chakras and the prana energy inside of us, it's also the aura which is around us. So our chakra on our aura is the 8th chakra, which is about 6 to 8 inches above our head. So you can imagine that around like 6 to 8 inches around us is our aura. And our aura, the condition of our aura depends on many things. One thing is even our emotional feelings, like if we are angry, or we feel sad, or we have some negative emotions, then our aura has some holes on it, or have some different colors and not so stable anymore, so we are more vulnerable. So also depending the condition of our aura on our environment. So when we came around with toxic people, or we getting into some places like church or funeral, you know, we go to the cemetery, or we go in these kind of places, then we actually attract spirits or negative energy, and then our aura is also getting a bit vulnerable, and we get some things stuck on it. So how we can clean this off? Because if we carry home all of this heaviness, all of this darkness, all of these negative emotions, what we feel inside, and also what is coming from outside when people are talking to us and complaining and judging, and this is all toxifying our aura. So how to clean this? Because if we stay like that, that's ruining our protection, obviously, and it keeps us feeling bad. It keeps us feeling moody, sad, you know. So when you feel like fatigue or exhaustion or tiredness or sometimes foggy eyes, sometimes it's because your aura is actually having some negative influences from outside or from you inside. So how to clean this? One option. So you know the 4 elements, right? The water, the air, the ground, and the fire. And guess what? You can clean your aura with all of these 4. The easiest, obviously, is the water. So when you got home, you feel not so nice, or even you are at home and you had a fight with one of the relatives at home in the family, or with someone on the phone, you go and you take a shower, or you take a bath, and then you actually pour water over you. And then you can imagine, it's gonna be more effective if you imagine that you're washing off all of those negative emotions, all of those negative feelings. But just if you just take a shower without even imagine anything or thinking about anything, you're gonna feel refreshed and you're gonna feel rejuvenated. And it's because, not just because your physical body got cleaner, but also because you cleaned off all of these emotions, all of these negative toxic feelings. The second is the air. So it's enough just to go outside or open the windows, like 2 windows, you know, to feel the air like a wind. If you stand in the wind, you remember Titanic, when they stand in the front of the boat ship like this, holding their arms like this. So when the air is coming towards you, it's actually washing off your aura. The air can purify your aura when it's like a good speed, you know, like you're just standing in the air, in the wind, by the sea or in the mountains or somewhere in the park. You just feel that the wind going through you, and then after that you feel so light, you feel so liberated. So that's the second one. The third one is fire. It's a bit tricky. So with the fire, how to clean your aura? So take a candle, best is white candle, and just hover around your body without touching it. So this is your arm, so your aura is like this big. So you can go like, if you hover with the candle around your arms and around your head, around your neck, around your body, going down to your legs, and without burning yourself and your clothes, then you're actually clearing your aura with the fire, with the flame of the candle. This is also very effective. Try it. When you feel moody, when you feel tired, when you feel exhausted, fatigued, try this candle clearing, and you're gonna be so light and liberated, and again happy. Trust me. The 4th one is the ground. Ground also tells you like nature, the woods, you know, the trees, the leaves. So the 4th is when you actually take a piece of wood, or you take some big leaves in your hand, and then you actually hitting yourself but just tapping, I would say tapping yourself with the leaves or with the wood stick. That's also cleaning your aura. So you have choices how you want to clean yours, but I really recommend it to you every day to do this, especially if you're not feeling fine, especially if you feel exhausted, you feel overwhelmed, you feel angry, you feel unhappy, sad, fatigue, betrayed, whatever negative feelings you have, then just use this cleaning process and you're gonna be much better. I would like to share my view about who is religious and who is spiritual, because I feel like some people telling about themselves, I am religious or I'm spiritual, and it makes me sometimes confused. So who is religious? By what I think who is religious is the people who actually belong to a religion, a community, a religion, and they follow that religion. So they go to church or temple together with other people who belong to that religion, and they actually read the Bible or Quran or whatever is related to that religion, and they follow what they learn there. So when they come home from the church or when they finish praying, they implement it in their life, what they learn. So when they learn that be kind and respect others, then at home they are kind and respect others. And they do the prayings and they do fasting, and they actually implementing everything what they have learned about their religion, how to live through the Bible, through the Quran. So those people are religious people. Some people just go to the church or pray, but then they behave differently. They acting like angry, not respecting others, stealing things, lying, being jealous, being disrespectful, and cheating on each other, um, all kinds of things. So they are doing a lot of sin, and they still sometimes say, I'm religious, I am this or that. But if you don't follow what you were taught in that religion, that I don't think you are considered to be religious. So spiritual. On the other hand, if you are spiritual, that means that you take time to turn inside of you and take time to turn to your higher self and connect to the universe, and you acknowledge that everybody is one and everybody is connected. You acknowledge that we are energetical beings having a human experience, and then you actually respect the nature, you respect all living creatures on this planet and in the universe. So that's spiritual, when you are able to see this, when you seeking this kind of knowledge, you seeking this kind of living, that you believe in the power of the universe, you believe in your own power as a co-creator, then you are spiritual. And then of course, how deep spiritual you are, that's just different levels. You can be already spiritual when you already acknowledge these basics and you are eager to step up different levels by eating differently, leaving the meat out and fasting, or actually doing more meditation, getting deeper in your unconscious mind, solving, releasing issues, and also connecting more to the higher self and using the intuitions more and more in your life. So you live fearlessly, you are able to live through your intuition and feeling blessed, feeling supported continually, and then because of that you don't you are not controlled by your fears, you are just controlled by your intuitions. That's the spiritual. But you can be both. So even though you are religious and you belong to a religion group, you can be still spiritual, because that's the same thing. If you are religious somehow, so if you are religious and you follow for example Christianity, and then you believe in God, and then you pray, and then you connect to God, of course, and then you actually respect the nature, and then you believe that you are co-creator with God, and then if you follow the Bible, it's also said in there. So then you are spiritual and religious as well. So, and then also the thing is that if you are spiritual, you accept everybody's religion, you accept everybody's views, you accept that the people think differently about God, or think differently about certain things, or about the history, or about how we became what we are. So that's an open-minded way, and that's how it should be. Then obviously you are religious and spiritual at the same time. But people who's not respecting other humans or other living creatures, who's actually not following so they don't follow what they preach, that's a bit annoying sometimes. So I encourage people to be more mindful, to be more intuitive, to work from their heart, be from their heart, act from their heart, follow the intuition. And if you are religious, and then if you follow all of those learnings, then you probably acknowledge that you are always supported, you are always loved, you are always safe. So you shouldn't live in fear or in anxiety or stress, because if you do your things, if you follow your heart, then you're gonna be always supported. So just depend on yourself and on the power of the energies and the universe, and everything is gonna be great. Purity. Purity have different level, I would say, and to reach full purity is kind of difficult in our current lifestyle. How I would start to get more, feeling more purified and to enjoy more purity in your life? First of all, what you consume, right? What you eat, what you drink. Just be aware that purity means that it has no contaminations, so, or no toxifications. So for example, when you drink water, then make sure you clean it, you use kind of filters when you drink the water. Do not drink too much mineral water as well, because the too much minerals actually exhausting your kidneys. And so the purified water is really important to drink a lot. And also the food what you consume, make sure they do not contain things which is not too healthy, like artificial addictions, or for example synthetic things, or you know, those letter things, coloring, artificial coloring, and those kind of things, to keep it more pure what you are eating. Also what you put on your skin and on your hair. So make sure that what you put on your skin and the hair, the goal is to actually use products which are vegan and organic as well. If you can't get organic products, then at least get vegan products, because you know that everything which is coming from animals, those are actually carrying the negative energy of the suffered animals. So actually the collagen from the cow, from the bones of the cow, or from other parts of the animals, like whatever we're taking, it's actually, and in the products what we're putting ourselves, is actually still having the negative energy from that animal. So what we put on is very important as well. Actually also what we think and how we act, our attitude, our thinking, what is in our mind, what are our feeling, that's also a part of our purity. If we are having negative emotions, if we are thinking negatively about other people, like judging, criticizing, being disrespectful, then we again not so pure, because we having these negative energies, this anxiety, stress, fear in our body, then we are not that pure as we should be to enjoy the full purity. So it's just for you, what is your goal, like to be fully pure in mind and body, you know, and soul, or you just want to focus on health of your body. But also, you know, your health of your body is depends on what you think and how actually healthy and purified your mind, because of your emotions, they affecting your chakras, affecting your energy body. I talked about it a lot. So our goal is to be purified truly, fully, because that's when you can keep your body healthy, you know, and strong, and actually protected against other negative illnesses or negative effects from outside. So how to reach this purity is to be mindful, to be conscious about what we eat, what we use, and how we actually think. Is mindfulness, is consciousness, is the key for to reach purity actually. And to practice all of these things regularly, daily. And again, as I said before, that the samadhi meditation, the 8th chakra meditation, when you activate the pineal gland and you start to produce these positive hormones like oxytocin, melatonin, serotonin more often to your body, then that will help you to actually staying on the line, staying on that goal. Like, it's gonna help you to be kind, it's gonna help you to sleep well, it's gonna help you to supporting with growth hormones your body, the health of your body, with new neurons, supporting you to be more conscious about things. So the meditation is supporting you to actually make it easier for you to reach your goals. If it's the purity, then the purity, or whatever other goals you have. But this is a very important goal actually, to be pure, because that's helping you a lot in many other achievements. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just message me, and have a lovely day.